Okay. So, as you may have noticed, there are many young faces, but also some are unfamiliar. And for those who are wondering why, it's because yesterday we had Glimpse of a Blessed Life workshop. So, young adults from across the Midwest gathered here in Chicago. Thank you so much, Chicago community, for hosting us. Yes. You were wonderful hosts. Food was delicious. The energy was immaculate, so thank you. My name is Yujin Angolio, and this is my husband.
Anthony Alves.
Thank you. We came from Ohio, so we'll be sharing a testimony about the workshop. I'm trying to go first. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I can go first. So we had a very wonderful time, and I guess a little bit about us. We were blessed in 2023 in IPEC, so we've been blessed for 2 years. In Ohio, we're staying with her sister and family. Thank you. No children yet, there's still time for that. But yeah, we really came to this workshop. Well, I really came to this workshop to really be able to find myself, to be able to improve myself as a husband, to be able to find ways to be able to love my wife in a better way, and just to find more motivation, I feel, not like towards her, but in life in general, because I really feel like I'm in a stagnant point, really trying to be able to find like a job in my career. I studied cybersecurity, so I'm trying to really go into that field, and it's quite hard trying to be able to find that job when you have no experience. So I really wanted to be able to come here to really be able to motivate myself. Every day she helps me to be able to push me, find jobs. You even apply to one or two, even if I don't want to. But you have to push yourself. And I think what really helped me through this workshop was listening to Spasse and Catherine's testimony, especially Spasse talking about men, man up. I think that was hard for me to be able to hear. Maybe I felt like, oh, I'm doing a great job as a husband. I'm manning up. I'm doing this and that for her. But when I really thought and reflected about it, I realized I'm not doing enough for her. I'm not caring about her needs or feelings enough, or really focusing on her every day. Maybe sometimes I am, but when she's really asking for me, I kind of just am there. I feel like I'm not stepping up enough as a man, especially for our future where we want to be able to have a family. She's more of the breadwinner. I just work at a little health food store. So, I really want to be able to step up for that, to have a better job so she can be able to be at home with the children eventually, and to be able to go forward with that. Of course, there's nothing wrong with her being the breadwinner, but I want to be able to have that responsibility and help more around the house, be able to be more focused on our health mentally and physically. I feel like I've been not focused on that, and she's always pushing for that, advocating for that. So, I just want to be able to be better for that. But overall, I thought this workshop was really well done, being able to meet new faces, see old faces, being able to talk, get deeper, understand where people are going through, especially the singles, where their mindset is, how can we be able to help them go towards the blessing, how important the blessing is. It's really important. God gave us this great gift to be able to be blessed to someone for all eternity, so we want to be able to share that with others, and that's why we came. So thank you.
Thank you. Wow, thank you. As you can see, the workshop was very effective. So, I think we had 3 testimonies, and they were based on the 3 blessings. So the first one was by Chrissy and Adelina, and then Catherine and Spasse, and then finally Uncle Dieter and Auntie Rogene. So in that order, first blessing, second, and third. And I think from each of them, what I got was the first one, tapping into God's love. Adelina mentioned it's hard to sustain a relationship and a family with only the love that you have. So we need to tap into God's love, because God's love is infinite, and then that will allow us to give more love in our relationship. And then second was when Spasse was talking about taking responsibility. Like, this blessing is mine, right? No one is going to love my husband for me or improve me for me, right? Like, I have to be the one to take responsibility, and I cannot act as a victim or say, feeling sorry for myself, right? So because we have God, and then we know that the ideal is that the kingdom of heaven is when 2 become 1, right? you can only go to the kingdom of heaven with your spouse. So that just made me realize for whatever it is I want to improve, I have to be the one to do it and take responsibility. And then from the third blessing, Uncle Dieter was talking about having an abundance versus a scarcity mindset, right? The scarcity mindset says, oh, there's only one pie. Everyone can only get so much of a slice. Some people are too greedy. They take too big a slice. Some may miss. But the abundance mindset says, no, there are enough pies for everyone, and more pies are being, made each day. So he encouraged us to have an abundance mindset, and then also told us about the importance of tithing. I think that's a good habit to build as a couple from now, even as we go to become a family, and that by giving back to God 10%, then the other 90, you can use, the right way as you wish, and then that also gives financial blessing. So overall, I'm really grateful for this workshop because it reminded me that it's not just my husband and I, but since we say we are owners of Chonol Guk, and Chonol Guk means also when two become one, then I realized we are not just an individual, as you can tell. We're from different cultures. Maybe you can't tell, but we're from different cultures. I'm actually originally from Kenya, so there's that too. And both of our parents are from different countries. So he's Portuguese American, I'm Kenyan Congolese. And so that in and of itself is uniting cultures and of course uniting races. And that's why I really appreciated Auntie Yujin and Uncle Dieter, who came from different cultures, enemy cultures, and we also come from enemy countries, surprisingly. Yeah, with the slave trade in East Africa was facilitated by the Portuguese, and so we've had several spiritual experiences where my ancestors did not like him very much, to say the least. So we've actually had to do a lot of devotion with his family, like repentance, forgiveness, reconciliation. So we're really grateful also, for the great works that's happening that allows us to liberate a lot of these things. But then realizing much as we think we chose each other, a lot of the times heaven has a hand in it. And so by us coming together, we create the kingdom of heaven because then we can bring, enemy cultures together. We can bring forgiveness, not just for us, but also for our ancestors who've been carrying a lot of pain in their hearts. So made me really grateful for our blessing, grateful for my husband, seeing how well he took notes, so did I. But, to hear him make a commitment towards being better and for me to be better. So thank you so much. Glimpse of a Blessed Life, staff. Really appreciate all your effort.